Hi guys, happy Tuesday. And as all of IG knows, it's transformation, hashtag transformation Tuesday. And that got me thinking, like I always do. And I want to talk about transformation and growth. So, growing is a process. That is just life, right? Tony Robbins says if you're not growing, you're dying, which there is a sense to that because life is evolution. It's a process of being better continuously. And the way you do that is actually really hard. And it's hard because you have to go through pain. It's a painful process to grow. So just like training, right? And it's a small process. It's a small muscle, right? The shoulder, it's my weakest. Like if I showed you my legs, you'd be like, oh dang. But that's because I have to grow my weaknesses, and my weaknesses is my upper body, or my strength is my lower body. So of course I'm comfortable doing legs. I'm like, yeah, let's do legs every day. But guess what? I am growing, but not fully evolving. We have to attack our weaknesses with, for me, it's my upper body, right? My upper body strength. So I also want to talk about in growth, there is fulfillment. And in fulfillment, which basically means you are a better version of yourself. And the more you fulfilled, the more happy you are, the better version you are, the better you could show up to your life, and not just in physical health, but in every portions of your life, whether it be your career, whether it be your family, your love relationship, whichever pillar of life that you're focusing or wanting to improve, you can only do so by being a better version of yourself. And I just want to take a step back to tell everybody that these messages, and I want to do this last time, but these messages are just for, is not for everybody. So if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. You just have to know that I'm doing this not for any degradation of anybody's worse or bad, or everybody's not wanting to grow, so those people are bad. Like, that's not where I'm coming from. It's just that some people do want to grow and some people need a guidance, and that's fine. I feel like I'm a personal trainer, you know, I've had some experience, I've had knowledge, so now I get to share that with people, and this is where I'm coming from my videos. It's just my personal perceptions, belief systems that I've had to really just put a core to it. Like, my belief systems were one way, and through the growth and evolution process is another way of seeing things, and just changing your perspective to actually reflecting what's true inside. And usually what's true inside is that love, happiness with everybody. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But back to growth. Plato, it's a Greek philosopher, he said, know thyself. And I feel like in an essence, that's where we first need to start with the growth process, is knowing yourself. And it's really taking time away from all those distractions that we have in the world today. Going into some sort of state of solitude and be like, who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my God-given gifts? Like, everybody has these gifts that God gives us. You know, like some people, it's music. Some people, it's art. Some people, it's dancing. I want to say that's one of my baby gifts, but it's not like fully because it's not that great. But maybe my gift is sharing my message, you know, like going through all this painful process. It made me a better person, and now I could help out other people that might want to go through that process, because everybody's life is different, everybody's journey is different, and my journey is not going to be the same as your journey, but there's going to be similar universal concepts that I could reflect on and be like, you know what, I had some traumas in the past, and I want to say some people have had traumas in the past too. And guess what? Now that we accept the fact that we have traumas, guess what? Now we could heal from those traumas. And in that healing process, which is painful, right? Because growth is painful. At the other side of that pain becomes a new version of you. And that new version is going to be a better version of you because you've dealt with it. So now that you've dealt with it, now a new person comes up. And in that new person, you could either one, help other people, you know, if that's your mission in life. And for the most part, I think we're all here to help each other. But sometimes it's just becoming that better version for every part of your life. And like I said, showing up as a better version of yourself for your family, for your community, giving back. I feel like that's where my messages are coming from, is just giving back to everybody through my experiences, through my pain, through the process that I had to go through. And I talk a lot about growth because I feel like if there is no growth, then you're dying. And in a sense, we're all dying every day. Technically, we're one step closer to death. And that's kind of scary and freaky to think about, but it's like people live, but some people aren't alive. Like some people just go through the process of life without ever growing. And I don't want to say that those people are bad, because there's no good or bad. That's just the way people are. But there's other people that do want to grow, and then there's other people that don't, and that's fine. But this message is for the people that do want to grow, and it's just not to shy away from the work that has to be done. And it's all internal. So once that internal work is done, then a better version of yourself comes out. And it's never, ever, ever that goal that is real. That is like the main purpose of anything. It's never that goal. It's never that car. It's never that home. It's never that thing that you want in the external. It's who you become in the process. Like the process is the journey, and that journey is everything. The evolution of self, the getting outside of your mind and through those mind limitations, the pushing yourself every day to show up and do the work that has to be done. It's not an easy process, but through that process becomes a better version of yourself. So anything in life that you want, whatever goal it is, know that you have every strength in you to complete it, to finish it. But it's never about that finishing goal. It's about who you become. So those are just my couple cents on growth. I know I've grown from the person that I have been, and I'm still growing. So it's all of an evolution. When I was 26 years old, and that ages me, that was like around 6 years ago, I had this epiphany, and I had to really self-reflect and go back and be like, how do I change my life? And the way I changed my life was to really cut down the distractions. So I stopped watching TV. That was the biggest thing for me, a distraction. And I started investing my time and energy into reading, into seeking knowledge, into surrounding myself with like-minded people that kind of wanted the same thing. And not to say that I'm perfect for the last 6 years. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that that's where it started. And little by little, I read books, and I opened my mind, and I was able to see different cultures and different ways of people living by traveling. I was able to have in-depth conversations with other people that kind of saw the things I saw. And then I would say probably up to last year, I had to be like that internal healing work that has to be done. And I started that process, and because I started that process, it was extremely hard, and I still feel like I can't fully talk about healing completely because I haven't fully healed myself, but I know that I'm going through the process, and it's okay to not be fully healed and still talk about healing, because that's just my message. And if I could help anybody, that's what I'm here for. So it's a process. Don't try to avoid it. It's painful. And if you need any help or just talk, just let me know. I'm always here. So those are my couple cents on growth and healing and the process. And let me know what you think. If it helps, cool. If it doesn't, it's not for you, and that's fine. I mean, you already saw this video for quite a long time if you're seeing the end. But thank you guys for watching, and then I'll be doing more videos on love, healing, and just my journey.